My name is Kathy H. I'm 28 years old. These days I spend most of my time not looking forwards, but looking back to what happened to us. Me, Tommy, and Ruth.
Well, I mean, I think we were all bonded in a common love for the book, and we were all bonded in the goal of trying to do justice to it and try to transfer what was so moving about it on the page without messing it up. Initially, it's just an intuitive thing. You sort of picture the images and you picture the tone of it, and I felt like on the second reading of the book, I felt like I could really clearly see the film. Then I read in an interview that Kazuo felt very influenced by some Japanese cinema, perhaps even more than some other authors. And so that sent me on a journey of just immersing myself in Japanese cinema and Japanese ideas of aesthetics and art and aesthetics. And I tried to overlay this very British story with some sort of quality of the simplicity that you see in Kazuo's writing. It's extremely deceptive simplicity. And there's a beauty to how he writes. The truths in the film can be quite disturbing, and they are disturbing. But he writes them so beautifully that I felt it would be too harsh or too blunt if the film were sort of a naturalistic kitchen sink kind of film, and I wanted it to be quite beautiful. So we all worked together to try to make a very romantic and pleasing, aesthetically pleasing film that is delivering these very disturbing truths about our condition.
What do human beings do? What's most important to human beings when they realize time is running out? Is it embedded in human nature to then to seek revenge on the old enemies? Do we want to accrue private possessions? What do we want to do in that situation as time is running out? And in a sense, I think the story was trying to put a positive light on human nature, to try and say as convincingly as possible that people would actually, when they feel they're trapped and their time is running out, the things that become important are things like friendship and love. If someone feels that they did the wrong thing towards somebody close to them, they want to put it right before it's too late. If two people have loved each other all their lives but haven't acknowledged it, they want it acknowledged, they want it fulfilled, even if it's only for a short time. These are the things that come to the top of the priority list for human beings. Maybe not some of the other things we might think in our more cynical moments. So I guess that was my intention, and I believe the people who made this film wanted to say the same thing as well. So that's why the emphasis falls very much on how people cope with their fate, accept their fate. They do have these myths about, maybe we can cheat death or get round it or defer it. But I think that's why the story is the way it is, because of really, what we want to say. This isn't a story about, people running away or escaping. It's really looking at what happens to us as human beings.
The first thing I knew about it was the script that came through my door, and I thought it was a completely unique piece. I'd never read anything like it. I thought that the character was fascinating. For me, it was kind of a study of jealousy and fear, and I think she commits great harm. And I thought it was an interesting thing trying to get into her head. I didn't like her, and it's tricky playing people that you don't like and finding a way to empathize with them, and that was challenging and very exciting.
I think it's very rare that you find a script that is, so full of what it is to be alive, to be human, and the struggles that we collectively go through, and this massive existential question mark. And I think as actors, you search that kind of meaningful material, and when it comes along, you feel it immediately. And it's not. There are terrible scripts, there are good scripts, and then there are scripts and stories like this one. I think it's easier to cry than to make people laugh. Do you know what I mean? It's much easier to go on set and just cry a bunch than be funny. That's all I have to say.
No, it is. It's always harder to like maintain raw enthusiasm or joy than to go into a really dark place. And I mean, for us, really, it was about trying not to cry all the time. I cry all the time. It's my modus operandi. So I was trying to, you know, we all wanted to hold back. We all kind of marked each other, like, don't drop a tear. Like, we were kind of watching each other a bit, and you know, we didn't want to sort of kind of like portray tragedy or like observe our circumstances. We just wanted to live in the world that we were in with the circumstances we had, and you know. I read the book when it came out and I loved it, and I always loved it first and foremost as just a love story and about you know, people who want very simple things from life and can't get them. We had a brilliant script, but we had, I mean, especially for me, I had the whole book was narrated by my character. It would have been, you know, remiss of me to not refer to it. And also, you know, it's great to go back to it for ideas. You know, you can play a scene a certain way for like 3 takes and then, you know, act badly or get bored with yourself or make the wrong decision, and then find one line that can inspire you to do something better or different. So I was with the book most of the time.
I think that's what makes people really think, and that's what really stays with people after they finish the book or the script. Because it's such a new idea to us to actually just accept something and just to go, look, okay, I will complete at 20, 30 something, and, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. This is how I've been brought up. This is my destiny. This is my fate. And I think that's how I would explain it to any of my friends or anyone else, that it's literally just about, okay, these people are clones, but they do have emotions, they do have feelings, they do feel, but it doesn't mean they can't just accept a fate.
Maybe none of us really understand what we've lived through, or feel we've had enough time.